after the main event, they waste no time as John Cena's in the middle of celebrating. Cody Rhodes comes on out and he's standing there and I'm like, oh, it's going down. And for those of you who watch No DQ as well, and I'll leave a link to it below, so if you want to see my prediction, I was on the No DQ review a few days before this, and the way I laid everything out in my prediction pretty much to a T came to fruition here in this segment. So you can see it back then, because man, I was really hoping for it, and oh boy, did we get it. So The Rock comes out with Travis Scott sort of rapping him to the ring, and then Rock comes out to his iconic Hollywood rock music, and he ends up coming right to Cody, wasting no time. He says, "Cody Rhodes, give me your soul." And man, the fans were going into it. They were saying, no, don't do it, do not do it. And eventually Cody Rhodes, he's very dramatic about it. He picks up the microphone and uncensored, he tells The Rock to go F himself. And man, it's got a huge reaction out of the audience. But what's more shocking is I think this is the first time an F-bomb has been done uncensored here on WWE programming. So that was phenomenal, man. I remember my father, he was sitting on the couch next to me. He got up out of his seat, was like all riled up. I was like, oh snap. I'm like, they going hard with the verbiage here. So man, huge reaction. And exactly, this is what you want. You want Cody Rhodes. This is really what he should have told The Rock from the start. They were actually making Cody Rhodes through this whole build up like, I don't know. I'm like, I got to think about what my father went through when he left WCW. And as I was mentioning to other friends, Cody Rhodes, I know, is in a much better financial situation than his father was in real life, but they're trying to blur reality into fiction and stuff. But yeah, Cody Rhodes, better position, face of the company. I mean, he really is a corporate champion in terms of doing all the right things for the corporation of WWE, aka TKO now. So it's like, I'm seeing where they're doing this. But I guess the whole story was he wanted to egg The Rock on, and right in the moment when everybody's watching, everybody sees it, he's like, nah, I was just kidding about that. Go F yourself, Rock. So man, that was huge. And John Cena, he was really hammering up. He's like, yeah, because you know how over top Cena can be. He's like, yeah, you know, and all this stuff, and The Rock's just backing off and going, okay. And so at this moment, John Cena, he shakes hands, and then he goes ahead and he hugs Cody Rhodes, and he then goes from the goofy smile to a mean mug face. And this is the part where, even though, and I see S&P put in the chat, SonGoshuaku is That's So Raven of the No DQ predictions. That's so Raven. It's the future of these wrestling matches I can see. I love that reference. Love that show when I was a teenager. But yeah, here you see, as soon as John Cena made that face, I got out of my chair. I was like, oh, they're doing it. They're doing it. Like, man, I was so animated. Like, they're doing it. Let's go. Let's go. And The Rock does the cutthroat gesture, and John Cena backs off and kicks Cody Rhodes right in the balls, and the audience erupts. Oh, and I was like, yo, they did it. Yes, finally, they have done it. They have turned John Cena heel. Palpatine from Star Wars would be like, yes, John Cena, come to the dark side. My gosh. Woo! Finally, man. And he beats the holy crap out of Cody Rhodes. He takes the watch that Dusty had pawned off a long time ago. As mentioned, they really did fall into some legitimate hard times, and Nick Khan and Triple H were able to retrieve it and give it to Cody last year as a gift after WrestleMania. And it was either before or after WrestleMania, I don't remember, but it may have been after that. And John Cena takes that and he nails Cody and busts him open. There was a lot of that. They even had the belt. The Rock takes the belt that had Cody Rhodes' name on it, or Cody's soul, and it has the date that Dusty Rhodes had passed away on there. So they were really trying to make this personal, fixing once again merging real life with fiction here. And yeah, John Cena beats the holy crap out of Cody Rhodes, bleeding, and you got Travis Scott. They call it lighting up some sage in there, and Travis, he really smacked the crap out of Cody Rhodes and stuff. So hopefully that was planned or not. I'm afraid to see what that receipt might look like for Travis Scott, given how they do things in wrestling, or maybe they won't, they'll take it easy. But here he's training really hard to get involved in this. A lot of people were wondering, like, what's Travis Scott doing there? Listen, I don't even follow Travis Scott's music, but obviously he has a big audience, and if he can help bring some of his audience over to the WWE audience to help grow the audience, then I'm all for it. So I really like that Triple H and Shawn Michaels, they understand, okay, hey, if this is a big audience and they want to do something with WWE, we can take some of their audience and bring it in. And you want celebrities who are passionate about WWE to be in there. And yeah, look at that site, man. John Cena in storyline, selling his soul to his old rival, The Rock. You talk about things we never thought we would see. This was truly the Hulk Hogan is the third man, which then created the NWO. This for what that was to that generation, it's to this generation. Man, you think about all these kids who grew up seeing John Cena, probably never thought they would see this. Even for someone like me, I'm a 90s kid from the Attitude Era and a New Generation era, so I've watched through the Ruthless Aggression era. John Cena hasn't been always one of my favorites. He's not. I loved him in the Thugonomics days, and then he went babyface, still liked him, and then they kind of, in the later part of the Ruthless Aggression era, kind of started toning John Cena down with the raps. And then when we got in the PG era, they just went full throttle. People remember the PG promos, saying like, haha, you're poopy and stuff. And then you got into the part where John Cena would have those matches where he get beat down for 20 minutes and then come back with what people would say the 5 moves of doom. So I was not the biggest John Cena fan. I was a Batista guy always, and a CM Punk guy. And there was a point where I wanted Randy Orton to be the face of the company. And that just shows you how much time this covers. Like 15 years ago, I remember being on the phone with my buddies when we were fresh out of high school going to college, talking about like, yeah, make Randy Orton a face compared to John Cena. Just things like that going on. It covers so much ground. I mean, let this sink in. I was 13 years old during John Cena's first time being a heel. And now, during his second time being a heel, I am 35. That covers my entire teen years, all of my 20s, and dang near half of my 30s. And I mean, in terms of like kids who grew up watching Cena, like I said, they're in their early 20s. Their whole entire youth is covered through John Cena's career. Like, that's how long it's been, 22 years, man. And it was something that we never thought we'd see. And I was even saying this, when you look here at these images, this right here is some initially my thought was Triple H, booking wise, went where Vince McMahon never wanted to risk going. Now, as I've grown over from watching wrestling podcasters and like Aaron Riff No DQ, I do understand later on, like, yeah, they could have taken that risk, absolutely. What did they have to lose from it? But I get it from a business standpoint. They didn't want to all the Make-A-Wish, like I said in my predictions, the Make-A-Wish foundations, the merchandise, all that. They didn't want to give all that up. But my thing is, you had to build up new stars. WWE here in 2025 is now in a place where they are built up, where they could do this, and there is no harm in having John Cena be heel, and I think it's phenomenal. Back in the day, I would have been like, I would have just wanted to see Cena to be a heel just to do something different, because I was getting tired of the same old of John Cena back then and stuff like that. I didn't go to the shows and be chanting, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks," because I knew WWE was going to go right on there and be like, this audience, they get energetic because they at least make some sort of noise for John Cena. Who remembers WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 27, where you actually see the footage from the mobile available footage from people in attendance booing Cena, and then when they did the DVD/Blu-ray release, they dubbed it over with cheers. Like, man, I remember that whole era, John Cena. And now it's just coming from a place of where, and I have respect for what John Cena's done. Like I said, he'll never be one of my favorite all-time favorites and stuff, but I have great respect for what he's done in the business, and he's had, I think, some of the best matches in WWE history. CM Punk versus John Cena, Money in the Bank 2011. But at this point in his career, I just kind of wanted to see Cena become a heel for no other reason than just to show that, hey, he could play a different character. He could pull out what is probably some of the best work of his career. And if we get to the end of this year and people can go like, wow, they waited to the very end, but man, John Cena did the best work of his career. And he's even done interviews talking about how it's just only natural to make the John Cena's character evolve. But Vince McMahon never wanted to do it. And Triple H, he went there. John Cena, I know they're not going to have John Cena not do anything he didn't want to. And he's done it. And now we got Rock, Cena. Someone in the chat recently said that, hey, maybe they get Bianca involved. Hey, I wouldn't mind they put the Street Profits involved. Montez Ford is a huge Rock fan and stuff like that. They could really go so many directions with this, and this is even for the matches that Cena's already had through the years and decades. We can get so many good new matches out of this for John Cena, and I think it's absolutely phenomenal. I think it really is a new twist on it. Heel, you know what? For the first time ever in a long time, heel Randy Orton versus babyface John Cena. A different twist on this. Sign me up. I'm ready to see. So yeah. Overall, man, WWE Elimination Chamber 2025. I think it's got to go down in history as one of the best WWE pay-per-views of all time. From start to finish, not a bad match. Absolutely everything good. So many stories progress. A historic night that will be remembered for years to come. And unlike Stone Cold Steve Austin going heel at WrestleMania 17, this was very much the right time now. Sure, they could have done it a lot sooner, but given that this is almost it for John Cena, it was now. The time was either now or never. So overall, WWE Elimination Chamber 2025, phenomenal show, really well done. Can't say enough good things, and we are in high gear. It just goes to show you, hey, a lot of people were complaining about this build up to, what was it, to WrestleMania 41. Well, hey, give them time to cook. It just shows you got to have a little bit of patience. And there you go. And now we're seeing the dots connect with The Rock when he was doing this, which just happens to be John Cena's whole thing, right? When it comes to when he does his entrance and stuff like that. So yeah, it was good. And I saw the press conference afterward, which is phenomenal. The Rock said that Cena's actually was on his way back to Africa, and I see where he did the mic drop, gave the old "I don't owe you people an explanation for anything," non-verbal version. So hopefully we get a real explanation when he comes back. The new music that he got made in 2012, hopefully he brings that in. The presentation, I'm so excited to see where this goes. This is phenomenal. Just great storytelling. And John Cena versus CM Punk, or John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, is certainly, I think, a lot more interesting now than it would have been had they kept it face versus face. And hey, CM Punk may still work his way in there. We still got that favor, so let's see.